you have to believe, then you don't know. And if you know, then you don't have to believe. Niri Shabaka, Ursa Ma'at Ra. And knowledge is infinite. Therefore, evolution is inevitable. Peace.
Welcome back to another episode of Paradigm Shift TV 314, where today I will be your host, and I go by the name of NoboDy, always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody, and that is Jesus the Christ. On today's show, I think we got a real powerful conversation coming up. Of course, I got my co-host of Trust and Believe the Gospel, Mr. Co-host to you, Jerome the Conscious Christian Green. We have a new addition to the platform, my Hebrew brother, Carl, coming on here today to share his insight about some information and topics that we're going to be discussing today. So I'm going to start this off with my brother, Carl. Carl, how you doing today, bro?
I'm good, man. How y'all doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. You know, shoot, same old, you know.
Yeah. Hey, that's a nice intro though, man. Like that was real powerful for real. Like, can you say that again for me, please?
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. When I jump on, you know, I just let the people know that my name is NoboDy. You know, I always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody, which is Jesus the Christ.
Okay, yeah, I love that, man. That's crazy.
I appreciate it, man. To my co-host Jerome Green, how you doing today, bro?
Man, I'm good, bro. You know, blessed. You know what I'm saying? Happy to be back on for another show with our brothers. You know, I think it's gonna be real interesting.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Everybody know what's going on with the brother Berean and the Dante Fortson thing that's been going on for the last couple of weeks or whatever. I gave a spiel. Me and my brother Pianki gave a spiel about how we felt about it, and my brother Carl ended up leaving a comment in the comment section, and we kind of started vibing or whatever. So we decided to go and do a show and just give our opinion about the things that's going on Berean TV. I'll go first if y'all don't mind. I'm pretty sure everybody probably know what's going on. If not, then let me kick some people up to speed. Of course, brother Berean over there at Berean TV. He has his own channel, and he ended up falling out with the urban Christian apologetics community, which me and Jerome happen to be a part of. And one of the reasons why is because Eric Mason and Damian Richardson was pretty much, you know, telling him having open dialogues and discussions with the Black Hebrew Israelites was kind of a unfruitful thing. And brother Berean felt like, hey, you know, this is my platform. I'm not committing any sin, so you know, I could, you know, have open discussions with these people, and ain't nobody gonna go to hell for just talking, in which I agree. So he ended up bringing on a brother named Dante Fortson, and you know, Dante Fortson and some more Israelites came and gave they spiel. And, you know, all the conversations was good and everything was going back and forth. And all of a sudden, it's these pews at this church in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. Dante Fortson was shooting videos saying that on the pews it had some Hebrew writings on it, and he had not him, another person put up a professor named Richard Katz to try to back up some of the claims that Dante Fortson was saying. And come to find out, the professor allegedly is not a real person. Abu and Faithful to God and those brothers over there with Vocal Malone, they ended up putting two and two together and, you know, came to a conclusion. And it was a 400-year prophecy that Dante Fortson was endorsing. So brother Berean again challenged them on the pews and challenged them on the 400-year prophecy, not to a debate, just for them to explain what was going on. And since things were being proven as false, somehow Dante Fortson ended up falling out with brother Berean. He ended up making a couple of videos about him, and which led me to make a video about Dante Fortson and the way that he handled the situation. I feel like if you have the truth, present your information, stand on your information. If somebody challenges your information, you know, just give your sources to your information or give your rebuttals to the information. I don't see a reason for nobody to you know, throw ad hominems at each other and talk about people, mamas and daddies and all that. So in my opinion, I just felt as if coming from the side of Dante Forson, seeing all the things that Brother Berean allowed him to do on his channel, I felt like it was just disingenuous for him to go make, you know, tons of videos about the man as if the man didn't extend the olive branch to him. So that would be my spiel. Brother Carl, you want to give your spiel on that, bro?
Yeah, like I'm a neutral person, you know, with like, because I'm not really like a part of the Israelite community for real. Like I'm learning more about the Israelite community, but I'm like more so like a Quota Shem or a Nazarene. Like I be around all different type of like Torah keepers. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't just be around, you know, Black Hebrews and stuff like that. I just randomly found out about the brother probably like almost a year ago because I was watching the Benaiah Israel videos. But I ended up running into Berean channel off of I think I searched Dante's name one day on YouTube, and I was like, oh, this the brother that we always, you know, presenting you know, history and stuff. So I was like, hey, start watching Berean and stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first started watching it, something told me I shouldn't be watching this. And I mean, like, and I feel like how, you know, Eric Mason felt like it wasn't fruitful. And I mean, I just felt like it wasn't fruitful. I really got on there like to really entertain myself.
Right.
You feel me? Like, and that's you know, that alone for real, like is bad because I wasn't growing off of it. All I was doing was picking up ways to argue with people about my beliefs. But so you know, man, watching that whole joint, like it make me cringe, like the him dropping video and it's just the whole thing messy, bro. Like it's just messy, man. Yeah, I mean, like I can't condone, like I didn't hit the I emailed the ring before. I told him like, bro, like y'all tripping. You feel me? I be trying to you know, hit the Dante for real. I like, man, just leave that joint alone, you know, like, but we got egos going on right now. You know what I mean? It's egos going on right now, and nobody cares what nobody else got to say unless they agree with them. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's crazy. Continue.
So like, you know, I got on Berean channel one day and I was like, yeah, I said, man, y'all be having me tripping at work. Like, I really got on the platform one day. It was like, man, y'all be having me tripping. Like, you know, it'd be a blessing to see this stuff for real. But it's like I had a problem with the whole finesse thing for real. Cause I did tell Israelites for real, like before they got deep into that situation. I was like, man, like, you know, the finesse is to put y'all on, you know, like on the platform. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Some people got on there, man, saying stuff I don't agree with for real. And not only that for real, not only that, but like other Torah keepers don't believe it, other Israelites don't believe. So like, and that's another thing I had like a problem with for real, because, you know, just like how you know, the Christian church for real, you feel me, like have different, you know, things they believe for real. Like every Israelite don't believe the same thing either, and sometimes we beef with each other over doctrine. Like,
right.
People be at my neck, bro. Like, you feel me? But I be like, man, like how I might say that I pronounce his name is Yahuwah or something. Somebody be like Yahawasha, like I be like
Yahshua.
yeah, you feel me? So like we be at each other's necks for real. So like I don't understand the point of, you know, like inviting people on a channel that you don't really want to reason with. I feel like he was just trying to expose, you know, like who they are, and I felt like he was trying to demonize them. So when the Pews thing happened, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Like I'm straight from the streets for real. I didn't know what a pew was. Yeah,
Okay,
man.
yeah. You know them C-spec shirts. Yeah, I know you know now, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think I was telling Jerome that I said I don't even know what that is, yo. So when they was talking the pews, I was like, what the heck is a pew? I thought it was talking about the language was a pew. I said, what's a
Yeah.
pew language? And so so I'm sitting there, and I kept hearing them talk about it, and then I was like, I would ask somebody, what's a pew? And somebody was like, it's the seats in the church.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I do not care about no daggone language or no chairs, man. I don't care. It's stupid. You feel me? It's stupid. So like, I understand that the whole situation with that doctor and stuff, like whoever the person did, I don't know. You know what I mean? I know when that's I already didn't want to be a part of the pew thing, first of all. But the second thing was once that little situation happened with the emails and stuff like that, I was like, oh no. I said, you feel me? I was like, oh no, I would retreat from this situation. Y'all need to let that thing go. Like,
and that's commendable, man. I have to pat you on the back for that, because you saw something that you saw was disingenuous, and like you said, you had to step back from it. I don't get why other people didn't do that, but continue though.
Yeah, I don't like oh man, I seen this, man. I seen these Hebrew brothers and sisters having a meeting on a Zoom for real yesterday, and they was talking about like, if I'm wrong, don't follow me. You feel me? They said if you see that I'm off, don't follow me. You feel me? If your spirit tell you that ain't right, don't follow me. Like, and that's the type of person I am for real. Like, if it don't add up for real, like with my spirit, scriptures, and like the Messiah for real, yeah, I mean, I can't rock with it for real. The pews thing never was like anything that I even considered. It wasn't going to help my argument. You feel me? Because my beliefs on my ethnicity for real, it doesn't come from you know what I mean, like stuff like that. It comes from like I like people like Steve. I don't know if y'all know who Stephen Pigeon is for real, but the dude Stephen Pigeon for real, he's a doctor, he's a lawyer for real, and he said, African Americans are they all of them not Hebrew Israelites, but most of them were, from the remnant of the tribe of Judah. And
okay, I think you're kind of going ahead of us. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Let me let Jerome get his spiel about the Berean and Dante, and then we'll lead back up to what you was talking about, because I want to get into all this stuff too.
All right.
Jerome, give your spiel on the Berean and Dante portion, and Hebrew thing that's going on right now.
Okay. Well, I've been, I'm similar to Carl in my stance. My stance is neutral. And I first, saw the situation unfold way back in near the end of 2019. I believe it was in October. And what I saw was Berean was attempting to bridge the gap between believers from the Israelite community and believers from the UA community. So what he invited, a few members on the panel, consisting of members from the Israelite community who were well known, and from the UA community who were well known among, apologists, of course. And, it may have been 10, 15 seconds into the whole, the engagement between the two sides before it was yelling. And, I think it might've been a few curse words that were said. And that in and of itself was cringeworthy. I was like, bro, like it ain't no way that these, they can't just come to the table and have a civil dialogue. Mm-hmm. So from then on, it was just a back and forth about the law, about who salvation is for, the feast days, the certain holidays, if we should be celebrating the holidays or not. Then it got to the DNA part, and that drug on for a good little while, and then they got into the 400-year prophecy. And mind you, this whole time I'm just sitting back watching. Like, the only time I'm really responding to something if somebody is because I'm a Christian and of course I'm a Gentile, I'm not a Hebrew. So the only time I'm really responding to something is if, somebody is telling me that, oh man, you're a Hebrew and trying to attack, my stance as far as doctrine, then I respond. But other than that, I'm just, sitting back, chilling and watching the information. And I mean, not the information, people disseminate information on both sides. And, there were times that I saw, them agree, even when they're on the panel together, they discuss this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, we agree on this. In fact, in most instances, they were agreeing more than they were disagreeing, but it was an element of ego and pride, on both sides, and things started to get personal, with people, taking shots at each other from a personal standpoint instead of just sticking to discussing doctrine and things, biblical, all things biblical. So, that's when it started to kind of get redundant in a sense. And I think Dante, he kind of, when he came on the scene with a lot of information, historical information and things like that. So when he came on the scene, he kind of had a lot of momentum behind himself, because he had a lot of access to a lot of information and things like that. So when he came on the scene, he started talking about things like the 400-year prophecy, which didn't really, it didn't come to pass. And a lot of some of the people on the Hebrew side were, they were saying that it was about to come to pass, and they were making posts. Because I was looking at all this stuff, bro. I wasn't just, taking those sides or just looking for something to accuse the other side of being wrong. I'm just sitting back watching, and I'm seeing all this stuff because I have, a couple of Hebrew brothers and sisters on my timeline, on my friends list on Facebook, and they were talking about the 400-year prophecy. You know what I'm saying? And so when that didn't come true, they didn't really have anything significant to say about why that prophecy didn't come true. And if somebody is going with the prophecy to me, and the prophecy doesn't come true, that kind of should put things in question, if you ask me.
Okay.
But after that, I think it went back to DNA for a while, and then the issue with the pews came up. And when the issue with the pews came up, there was debate back and forth about whether the pews were Hebrew, whether they were Arabic, or I think it was one other language that it could possibly have been. And next thing I know, there's a supposed confirmation from Boom Church, and the guy Kelly Richardson, and they're saying that there's this scholar named Richard Katz, who they reached out to, and he basically confirmed that it was Hebrew on the pews. So there was a lot of momentum built up behind that too. But come to find out, the scholar didn't even exist, essentially. And so when that took place, that's when Berean was like, okay, y'all gonna have to, the people who were saying that this guy existed, y'all gonna have to speak on this thing, because he don't exist. So I mean, what y'all trying to do, basically? Like, what are y'all that desperate that y'all have to make up a scholar? You know what I'm saying? And that's when Berean started speaking on it. Now, this is the thing I don't understand about the whole situation. When Berean was being critical of the church in general, and certain things that are in the Christian church that could be considered pagan or non-biblical and things like that, the Israelite community they were cheering him on. Like, I would be in the comments just watching, bro.
He's talking about watching. He used to specifically talk about, because me and Berean got a one-on-one relationship. So when he would say stuff like Bible thumpers, or he was talking about us, like, specifically. But go ahead.
Right. So and some of it was warranted. I'm not gonna say that he was just being critical just to be critical. But when he, he kind of used that same energy towards the Israelite community for their shortcomings and what they were saying. And I'm not saying all of them agreed with, the hot topics or hot issues that were being brought forth by the Israelite community. But, overall, when Berean started to question them about, these things, they began to turn on them. A lot of them did. And, they, next thing you know, I'm getting, information because by this point, I'm really not even in it at all. I'm like, man, I'm just about to, chill out on even, going and watching that stuff and so I wasn't on Berean's channel for a good while, but I was still getting information from people who were still on his channel and they were watching what was going on and what was unfolding. So next thing you know, they were pretty much recanting their support of Berean and saying this, that, and the third, and it kind of it got worse. Like it started becoming a back and forth between Berean and the Israelite community. You know what I'm saying? And it just that's as far as I've gotten over the it's been almost 2 years, that this thing has been going on. So
yeah, well, sure, me, I watch YouTube religiously. I rarely watch TV outside of like sports or whatever. So I've been knowing Brother Berean for years. Like back when he was first dropping videos, I've been a part of his Sunday seminary on his channel. All that stuff. Of course, like my brother Jerome, I used to be a Hebrew Israelite some years and years ago or whatever. So at first, me, I was on Damian Richardson side at first. Even though I knew Berean before I knew them, I was on their side as in, telling him, hey, it's gonna be an unfruitful dialogue. But at the same time, I felt where Berean was coming from in saying, because at first, Damian and them was only pretty much like touching like on the camps, you know what I'm saying? And Berean, Berean intentions was to show the UA community that everybody wasn't like who we see on the street corners and in the videos, cussing people out. Now that was his mission at first. So he was calling it the finesse, but I don't think he meant no ill will by it. I felt like he already knew the rhetoric that some of them would already come on there with, but he was at least giving them a fair chance, unbiasedly. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have just did what everybody else did and was just like, hey, these people feel like this situation that it's at now could have already been going on a, like months ago. You know what I'm saying? If he never did just bring them on. But I feel like he did give them a fair chance to come on and people as individuals and let them get a spiel. And some of them were different than people who were in the camps, as in, they're not cussing you out and doing all that. But once you really kind of got to the base of the doctrine, it was kind of all the same. And where the Dante thing kind of fell out at is because, again, once Berean, since Dante do put out a whole lot of videos about history this and history that and all that, well, him putting out the 400-year prophecy, once they got challenged, it wasn't nothing to run on. You know what I'm saying? It was something to stand on because, like Jerome was saying, Berean stop calling himself urban apologist because the scrutiny that he was getting and all that. But we was taking it though. You know what I'm saying? We was taking it. We was still coming back on the channel. People was giving rebuttals to what he was saying. People was telling why they keep Christmas or why they keep this. You know what I'm saying? At least wasn't nobody running. You know what I'm saying? But then when it came down to the Hebrew Israelites, specifically Dante Fortson, to back up his claims, then it started turning into ad homonyms, because this is what we do in this community. You know what I'm saying? We share information, we debate, we rebuttal. Sometimes it gets turned up, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have to go as far as to the links that's Dante Fortson be going and then still call yourself a man of God. My bad. I didn't mean to be long-winded. But that's what that is on that. So Brother Carl, a second ago, you was going to tell us about this man that you was watching about being a Hebrew Israelite. And before you get into that, I want to ask you. I already know that you consider yourself, Israelite. It is one of those reasons why, based off of Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
That's the first scripture I ever not ever read, but that was the first scripture that ever came to my ear. I used to run into like, I ain't trying to be funny for real, but like Power Rangers and stuff. I call them Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, but I used to, that's the first drink that came to me for real, and they was like, talking about Deuteronomy 28 and stuff like that. But nah, that's not why. It was so many different things for real. Like, cause I really started like studying into it for real. I became a Christian, first for real off of cause I was studying like demonic stuff. You feel me? Like I was like really into gangs and stuff, and I was like trying to find a way.
Are you an Old Testament only?
No, I know more about the New Testament than the Old, bro. Like I'm
saying as in belief. You believe in both the Old Testament and New Testament.
Oh yeah. Because I think like I think, oh man, I gotta say this real. I think when people I've been hearing them banging on people saying they hate Paul. Nah, I don't think that's real, because we do. It is some Israelites for real that be trying to bang on Paul, but
they do.
You feel me? Like that's heresy. You feel me? That's heresy because like if Paul ain't scriptures for real, you feel me? Like then everything we're doing right now is just vain. You feel me? What we believe is vain. So
if you want to ask me a question or ask Jerome a question, or Jerome, you want to ask him a question, sure. Let's get it rolling.
Jerome knows what's up to me. You feel me? Like he knows what's up for real. You feel me? Like I really don't have no
Y'all know each other in real life? I mean, I know y'all stay in the same city, but y'all know each other like in real life?
I bumped into him on Beran channel for real, and we was vibing for real. You feel me? Like that's bro right there. You feel me? Like I really believe like he's safe. He's safe, real, walking in the Lord for real. You feel me? And all that, like, I mean,
my little brother, man. That's my little brother. Because I remember you, because as soon as I said something to you in the comment section on YouTube, and you was like, yeah, man, I already know who you is. And I'm like, huh? Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, man. I really like, I'm a, man, look, so I identify as a Nazarene, you feel me? Or, because there's really it's really nothing, like no title for it. Nazarene. All it is the original word for Christian, yo. And I mean, it's a Hebrew word for followers of Jesus for it. And I mean, that's what it is. You feel me? So I identify as a Nazarene for real. I just try to be so much like the apostles and stuff. Like I'm crazy, bro. Like I really believe like if my faith is strong enough that I could walk on water, bro. I mean, like that's just what my faith at. Yeah, man.
Right. I mean, well, yes, we're supposed to have high faith, but I mean, and I ain't telling you what to believe or what not to believe, but say, yeah, you say you have enough faith that you can walk on water. I mean, if you just want me to be honest with you, man, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. But that's a good level of faith, though. That's a great level of faith, though. You know what I'm saying? All day.
No, my only question would be like, I mean, like, it's my question is more so like, like, because I see, it's not just me for real. Like a lot of believers were offended by like these conversations on that channel. You feel me? Like I ain't talking about Israelites, I'm just talking about like as a whole. People like, yo, this is crazy, y'all like they say, yo, y'all borderline gang banging now. You feel me? So
I mean, but how do y'all feel about? Okay, for example, Brother Beran, in my opinion, he was just trying to get the truth out there. You know what I'm saying? And if some was a lie, it should have been owned up to. It shouldn't have went from, I told a lie, but then let me just cover it up by bashing you back. Because if we all claiming the Bible, if we all claiming, okay, I got the right doctrine, if we sit down at the table and we figure out that somebody's doctrine, at least one part, or you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever it
Right.
is. So that if we figure out this doctrine is not true, then the wrong side should just adjust to that doctrine. This ain't a time to go make 100-something videos, and I just feel like, honestly, right now, I feel like Marine just be on the defense. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all the ones got caught out in the lie. So like, why are y'all making it like this is something other than that? You know what I'm saying?
Can I be honest?
Oh yeah,
I mean, all right. I'm gonna be honest when I say this for real. Like, I heard believe you know, Israelites get on there and say stuff that, you know, push stuff for real that was like it was Talmudic. You feel me? Like, they's pushing Talmud, they's pushing Babylonian Judaism. You feel me? And that is Judaizing. You feel me? But you had other Israelites for real pulled them to the side for real, like, yo, that's wrong. You feel me? But you know, I do feel like that people didn't want to condemn another brother or sister. I ain't trying to say condemn. That's the wrong word. You feel me? But I don't think they was trying to like reprove them for, you know, like I ain't gotta say no names for real, but you know, like circumcision for real, like the situation with circumcision, like that. They're like telling Gentiles they had to be circumcised for real, like that's wrong, because or if you wanted to be circumcised, you had to choose to be circumcised for real, and that had to be like a faith type thing. It was a vow, you feel me, to be a part of the Nazarene. But everybody wasn't, all the Gentiles, just because they was believers, that they wasn't a part of that apostle circle for word.
Yeah.
So you feel me? Like, all right, like when I read scriptures for real, like, cause I ain't gonna lie though, bro, like the me seeing these discussions on that channel for real, it made me go into the Bible, like, whoa, like, and see what was going on, cause I've never seen this before, like people going hard like this on each other. It was
See, this what I got in YouTube for, like years ago. Like, I was watching the Sinetta stuff before I ever found Brother Balloon.
Oh yeah.
And then I come from the rap battling world. So once I left rap battle, you know what I'm saying, you know, and when the first became a minister, did all that stuff, you know, I'm trying to find something that's just as entertaining, you know what I'm saying, and that did it for me, just still to this day, you know what I'm saying. I sit there, I watch the YouTube videos like people watch TV, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go watch them, you know what I'm saying, this stuff on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, and
Right.
I've been following this for years. I know who people are. No, I didn't know who Dante Fortson was. Jerome put him on my radar, you know, once he came on Marine TV and all that, and you know, I went to go watch his videos, and I watch your whole channel. I go watch all your videos.
Do you still believe that whole joint was unfruitful?
Honestly, bro, I don't. I feel like it got more messier than it should have got, but I don't think that it was unfruitful, bro, because the person who put out the false prophet, needs to be exposed as a false prophet, man. And whoever listening to that person claiming to be a prophet, putting out some false prophecy, they should know that it's biblical for them to disassociate themselves with that person. I mean, even if it's going to take fortune, like I done heard him say stuff like, you know, it wasn't his prophecy. Okay, and that's fine. It ain't got to be yours, man. But if that person is who teaching you, and that person, while you think you are, you know, Israelite and all this stuff, then you need to dissociate yourself with him. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter how it goes. So I feel like in that way it wasn't unfruitful, but I feel like the drama that it took just to get there, yeah, that part was unfruitful.
I think it was unfruitful, you feel me, like in certain ways. Like, I'm not gonna say the whole joint was unfruitful, you feel me, because we had nice talks on that. I think it was unfruitful the way people were acting on there, the way the comments, man, like it was out of control, like to the point for real, like, yo, there's no way you can look at them comments and not get in your flesh most of the time, bro. There's no way.
Yeah. That comment section can be more lit than the show be.
Yeah, like people be really people really like be banging on you, and it's like if I could feel like you hate me through my phone, that's crazy, yo.
I mean, but then look at it like this too, though. Like how you were saying the Deuteronomy 28:68 thing, you don't believe that. Some people straight believe that, and that's why they believe that they're an Israelite. I'm talking about like they genuinely believe that, and it's like no matter how many times it get debunked, it'll turn to hate speech inside the comment section rather than, oh, okay, man, rather than saying what you said, bro. As soon as I ask you about it, what you say, yeah. When I got in there, that's how they pulled me in. But nah, I don't believe that, Miss. You would be surprised how many Israelites can't even admit that part, bro. That was a flat out lie.
I believe this for real. As far as that's real, like my thing is this for real, because I'm not a historian. You feel me? Like I'm not super intelligent. People think I'm intelligent and stuff out here in these streets for real, and in church for real. You feel me? But I'm not ill. Like, you feel me? But that prophecy for real. I felt like for real, like that Deuteronomy 28, thing for real. I can't really picture no other people for real with yokes of iron around their neck and stuff like that. You feel me? And I can't.
But that's not a prophecy though. Deuteronomy is not a prophetic book. It's a book of the law. That Deuteronomy 28:68. That's not a prophecy. That's a covenant. God saying, if y'all do this, I'm gonna do this. If y'all don't do this, then I'm gonna do this. So
right, it's curses and blessings, right?
Huh? Say it again.
It's curses and blessings, right?
Say it again.
I said it's curses and blessings, right?
Right. If you do this, I'm gonna curse you. If you do that, I'm gonna bless you.
So it's not a prophecy. Yeah. It's not a prophecy. Yeah. If you don't do this, that is exactly what it is, though. That is exactly what it is. That's exactly
because how a prophecy is. A prophecy is this is gonna come to pass, regardless of what you do. Our prophecy, like for example, back in the Old Testament when it said that Jesus was gonna come, he was gonna be called, Mighty King, Lord, Savior, and all that.
Right.
He was gonna be born in this land at this time, and this it didn't matter what nobody did. That was
right.
Word.
Yeah. Hey, bro, no lie, though, no lie.
Those are conditions. That's no different than me and you talking, bro. And I was like, hey, bro, if I give you this CD and you sell 50 copies, I'm gonna give you 50 million. But if I give you this amount of CDs and you don't sell none at all, I'm gonna kick you off my rap label. That's what that was in Deuteronomy 28:68. It wasn't no, hey, this gonna come to pass for sure, no matter what you do. That's what prophecy is.
Right. Okay. All right. Boom. You just gave me a crazy light bulb, bro. You gave me a crazy light bulb, because that's exactly what it say, bro.
To the Most High God, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly what it say. That's exactly what it says for real. You feel me? Because I've never looked at you crazy. You said that. I never looked at it like a prophecy, bro. I never looked at it like a prophecy,
bro. And these people will tell you, I know my Bible. They'll tell you this all up and down, bro, and they'll still believe that part, bro. It's like that's not even a prophecy, but it is what it is, man. I love them. I don't hate nobody, bro, but I'm in love with the truth, bro, because all truth is God. And some people don't get the information unless you hollering and screaming at them. I ain't saying I condone it, but I know I can get turned up sometimes. But
right.
I'm not getting turned up. I'm talking about me personally. I'm not getting turned up because of ego. That's why I call myself nobody. So if I'm on her arguing or fussing with somebody, first off, it's all love. But if I'm arguing with you and I'm telling you that 1 + 1 is 2, I don't care how loud I gotta yell to tell you that. You see what I'm saying? 1 + 1 is 2, bro. So it is what it is. Jerome, what's up, bro?
Right. Jerome, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm just sitting back listening to y'all, man. As far as the Deuteronomy 28:68, as far as that is concerned, it's not it's not a prophecy. It's predicated on a covenant, and let's say hypothetically I'll say this, for people to try to associate that covenant with the transatlantic slave trade and slavery, they will have to answer these 2 questions for me. Number one, how do they conflate the fact that in Deuteronomy 28 it says that you will try, and I paraphrase, you will try to sell yourselves into slavery, but no man will buy you. Where in the transatlantic slave trade, it was the total opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These people didn't want to go into
I-
slavery, they were forced into slavery. They were kidnapped.
yeah.
And number two, they would have to answer why during chattel slavery there were actually black people who owned slaves.
Right.
Mm.
You know,
All right,
Like, it's so much that will happen.
I think
I mean, just off that one verse alone.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I think me personally, bro. Like, see, I go deep into stuff like that because, like, I feel like when you could try to go get a job, yo, you try to sell yourself. So I think of it like that. It's like I don't know. You feel me? Like I feel like everybody that works is slaves, bro.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
Yeah.
in a way, like back there in the Old Testament, when we see the word slave, that's pretty much what it was. Because like it wasn't like you can go fill out no job application. So let's say Carl got all the land, Carl got the big old house. I just got my wife, my kids. We probably stand, in a little tent or somewhere. I can knock on your door. Hey, Carl. I see you got the sheep over there, Carl. I'm a sheep herder, Carl. So you think you can let me work for you for 7 years, man, tame your sheep, and then bam, and then now you giving me food, and gave me a cow, gave me a place to stay. Now my family can come, and this and that. Work. I can work for you for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? And if that 7 years up, I can be like, hey, Carl, man, I like my job, bro. I ain't trying to go nowhere. You can hire me for like, and some people don't even get. So kind of what you said is the same as us, like going to go fill out an application, but we're not slaves. And what I mean by that is we can leave any job at any time. We can quit. We can not work. We can work from home. We can start our own business, become entrepreneurs. We can get our own. So in a way it is, but then again, it's not. Like we truly have freedom today. This is nothing like slavery. We can literally be. At first, people would say, "Yeah, man, you black and you can be what you want to be, but you can't be president." Well, now that we done crossed that out off the list, you can do whatever you want to be. Like literally, as a black man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So people out here tripping, man. Like dude gonna tell me just how Jerron was saying earlier. Dude gonna try to convince me, yeah, man, 400 years slavery up in 2019, and I'm like, I was born in 1985. I ain't never been no slave. So how is the slavery up in 2019? It's just crazy, man.
I think like I don't know, man. I think like hold on, I'm gonna have to look, because slave to me,
Study
bro,
with us,
like,
bro.
this
Study with it. We study.
This the people, especially like the conscious community, they talk about the Bible condones slavery, and my argument always for them for real was like, man, I like when you work for somebody for real, like, yeah, I mean, I look at that like it's slavery because you don't wake up you can't wake up when you want to. You can't wake up when you want to. You feel me? You gotta like me right now. I'm mad. I gotta wake up for somebody. Like I'm trying to start a business for real, so I don't have to wake up no more. Cause I don't want to be.
I'm at work right now.
Yeah, I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want nobody to tell me when I gotta be to work and stuff like that. I'm tired of it for real. You feel me? Like I'm burnt out. I feel like I can't even grow in my relationship with the Most High because like I'm so focused on pleasing these people.
But watch this though, but you got the freedom. You got the freedom to do what you just said. You got the freedom to go start your own business. Watch this. You even got the freedom. You even got the freedom to, if you just want to not do nothing. Out here in America, we got so many programs, bro, where you could be paying $25 for rent, getting food stamps, getting all the shelter and food you want. Now, you won't be getting no money, but that's America. You know what I'm saying? Other countries don't even have it like that, bro. Other countries, if you fall off, man, you done fell off. You done lost everything. That's even if you got a job. Like it ain't no can I run to a food bank or can I run to a shelter or can I if I'm a felon, let me go to this I know I probably can't walk into like a lawyer firm or something like that, but I can go to this staff force and they'll hook me up with a job. It's like it ain't like that around the world, man. But you do have the freedom to go start your own company too. You got the freedom to sit on your butt and still collect the stuff that the government hand out to people. You know what I'm saying? So like this, I was saying all that to say, you are not a slave, bro. You got as much freedom as anybody. You know what I'm saying? Just like I do and just like anybody else, bro.
Yeah, I understand that, bro. I understand like exactly like what you saying for real. But when I go out, I get harassed like so much you know, like like I get harassed so much for real, bro. Like what my work clothes on. Tell them I'm going to work, you feel me? They be like, the police have always harassed me, you feel me? Or I got somebody from the hood, you feel me, like looking at me crazy for real, you feel me? Like, but I ain't about that life no more, you feel me? So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel like for real, like being like, you know, African American or, you know, Hebrew, whatever you want to call yourself for real, you feel me? I feel like, yo, it's like it's not really America is not for you. You feel me? And I recently came to this conclusion for real, because I was like, dang man,
How
you
old
feel
are
me?
you, bro?
I'm 32.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just look at it for real, like, you know, like, cause I see how Russians, cause, you know, inside America for real, black people paint all white people as bad people, yo. Like,
Yeah,
you know
I
what I
hate
mean?
that, man.
And I
Yeah.
don't like that, yo, cause I have close wife, like I ain't gonna hold you, like the people that supported me most for real, you feel me, was white boys in the hood, you feel me,
Telling the truth. See?
white girls and stuff like that. Like, hey Carl, do the right thing, you feel me? Like, I mean, but why, you know, why my you know, the dudes telling they love me on the block for real, you feel me, giving me guns and weed and stuff. And when I
See,
start
bro,
telling my one, when
you putting out facts, bro. Right now, you putting out facts, bro. You got people who was raised the exact way that you're talking about, and they won't even acknowledge what you just said, as in, you know, not all white people being bad, and, you know, white people helping you and giving you positive motivation and all that. They won't even
I
acknowledge
don't want to
that.
say that. I don't want to say that. You feel me? Because they got an agenda. You feel me? They got an agenda for real, for why they saying that for real. Like, they always hated them people. You feel me? So, you know, like me, when I really got the short end of the stick for real growing up for real. Like, I was an orphan, bro. You feel me? Like, I wouldn't even go to school because I was always thinking about my mother. When people start talking about their mother in school and stuff, you feel me? Like, I just fell apart and didn't want to go home. Like, being in a foster home, walking around the block, you feel me? Like, I wanted to die about the time I was 20. You feel me? So, like, yeah, man, I wanted to die and had them spray paint my picture on the wall. Hey, rest up, Smiley, you know, rude, because I was a Pyru for real. You know, like,
Yeah.
I wanted to die in vain for real. You feel me? And like, yo, like my whole transformation. You feel me? Like, this is where I started getting offended with that channel, though. You feel me? It's when people start telling you you're not saved and stuff. You feel me? Like, what? Just because of what I say I am for real. Because I know Israelites for real. You feel me? You know,
Yeah.
that really like go hard for the Most High all the time for real. And they don't get into these debates, bro. Like, they don't. And I know Christians. Like, my closest friends are Christians. Like,
I ain't nobody gonna go to hell for calling themselves Hebrew or a Christian. So
exactly.
it ain't really,
like, come on, yo. Like,
it ain't really about the title.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, the doctrine,
though.
you gotta get to the doctrine, though.
What I'm saying, that doctrine matter, though. Go ahead,
the
Jerome.
doctrine, hold on, can I say this real fast? You feel me? Like, I say, right? You feel me? Like, okay, we got the Father, you feel me, in heaven. We got you know, Jesus, you know, Yahushua, Yahshua, whatever you believe his name is, you feel me? And then you got the Holy Spirit for it, right? You tell somebody, hey, I believe in the Father, you know, I believe in the Son, and I believe in the Holy Spirit, but I don't believe in no Trinity. They like, you going to hell. Like, and I said this on somebody channel, and I was like, I asked the dude Mike Holloway, I said, bro, do a person go to hell for not saying it's a Trinity? He said, no, sir. You feel me? Like, and he had the letter.
It's the denial, though. It's the denial part, because, you know, if we're gonna accept Jesus for who he said he is, and, you know, him dying for our sins and all that, then we gotta accept him for who he is, and he is God. You know, but you have to say the word Trinity. I mean, because, like, for example, I grew up with churches in my family. My grandparents or whatever, I don't even think that they even knew the concept of the word Trinity, and they was pastors. And you know, they dead and gone now, and can't nobody tell me they went to hell. I mean, but I can't say at the same time that they actually denied it too. You see what I'm saying? Because you got some people out here who will straight deny who Jesus is, but claiming to know him. See what I'm saying? So
Right.
if you don't claim to know Jesus, but you claiming to read the scriptures and you reading them and you twisting them, or just to get what you believe across, rather than letting the word come across to you, then that's major, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's big, you know. But like I was saying, like doctrine is what it should always come down to. You know what I'm saying? And some people try to prove other people's characteristics, which is not a bad thing all the time, but sometimes it's just unnecessary, and that's where the attacks be coming from, because people be trying to destroy the other person's character rather than just dealing with their doctrine. You know?
Right. Exactly, yo.
Right. And I think me and Carl had a discussion about the Trinity, and you know, Carl told me, he's like, yeah, I believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I just, you know, I don't call it the Trinity. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I accepted that because
you ain't gotta use that title. As long as you know, though, he knows it's three persons in one. You know what I'm saying? He believes in it.
Right.
So yeah, even if you don't call it Trinity, yeah.
Right. And I believe that's how it should be. That's how it should have been with what was going on Berean Channel, bro, to be honest.
Right.
It shouldn't have been no ad hominem attacks. It shouldn't have been no, oh, you ain't saved because you don't believe this, and you ain't saved because there's people literally saying that people in the Israelite community weren't saved because they were calling themselves Israelite or they clung to an Israelite heritage. And I'm like, bro,
yeah, not based off
that. How that work? Yeah, like, and I'm having offline conversations with a handful of them, and I'm like, man, come on, man, y'all saying these people ain't saved, and I'm sitting here having a conversation with them, and it's like having a conversation with one of y'all, really. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, I rock with.
I'm sorry, don't take it.
Like I rock with my brother Carl. I rock with a few sisters and a few brothers, because you can already tell, like, they genuine. You know what I'm saying? They true believers. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell them. You can tell the difference between them and those who are in there just spewing hate, because I've come across a lot of them that do spew hate, and they have a very antagonistic spirit towards Christians, just because we call ourselves Christians, or we say we follow Christianity and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, bro, like, my whole thing the whole time was like, y'all, I was hoping that some unity would be found among them, because I'm like, y'all, we got whole groups of people in the Black community trying to attack us just because we believe in the Bible. They don't care whether you claim you're Israelite, whether you claim you're Christian.
Bro, exactly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They coming for your neck because you a believer. If you believe in Christ and you hold to the Bible, and that's how you maneuver through life, you guide yourself, by the Bible and by trying your best to walk in line with God's will, then they coming for you. They gonna, and it's and I'm thinking, like, because I've been in the trenches with because a lot of people don't know that one of the first people I actually was fellowshipping with through Facebook was an Israelite sister, man, and she had just come out of a camp. You know what I'm saying? So we both were kind of trying to get a true understanding of the Bible and stuff like that. So that was like one of the very first people that I would fellowship with on a regular basis over the phone or whatever. And, we would be in the trenches together because we would, people would try to attack us for what we believe. And these were like, people who were following, saying that the universe is this and the universe is that, and that the Bible is this and the Bible is that. And we get on them, like, and I done been in the trenches with Israelites against Black atheists and all that. And it's like, it's beautiful when we can put our information together and what we know about the Bible and stuff like that, and just tear down false doctrines, bro.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
That's what they did. That's what they did. That's what they did in the Bible, bro. Like, that's what they did. The Hebrews and the Gentiles wasn't always together. They came together and worshiped together and stuff. You feel me? And then they separated, went back to their neighborhoods, but they came together as brothers and sisters. And then it was this one thing a sister was saying on Berean Channel. She said, man, the apostles, you feel me, like, they wasn't keeping no customs or nothing for real. Like, yo, y'all just be saying anything. Like, and people don't say nothing to them though. You feel me? People don't say nothing to them. Like, no.
I mean, like you said, it be the UA too though, because I ain't gonna just put all the blame on Israel. You know, if you look in that comment section, you will see some UA people going ham too, like Jerron was saying. So yeah,
People be lying. People be lying to make like to get one up on the other. What you really doing is you hurting the whole faith, to be honest. Like you you really hurting the whole faith, because people going look when you go over there, huh? Hold on.
Overall, go ahead.
Watch this. When you feel me? When you in you can look this up. When you in like Middle East, right? Like Saudi Arabia and stuff like that, right? If you over there and you tell them that you are a Christian, right? You feel me? They're gonna mark your house and they're gonna write in Arabic that you are Nassar. You feel me? When you tell them you're a Christian, they're gonna call you a Nassar, because that's the original, word over there. That's the first word for Christian. You feel me? So like, if they see us come together, when they see us together, they're gonna be like, yo, you're a Christian, or you're a Nazarene, or they really the same thing. That's what they're gonna say.
I mean, I feel that side of it, but just like the YouTube stuff, like when it comes to like both sides of the spectrum, do you both feel like? Well, I feel like, because in the beginning, like I said, I used to be a Hebrew Israelite before I turned back into a Christian and knew anything about Christian apologetics or any of that stuff. And the rhetoric that we used to say about the church too, though, because it wasn't like you would find the church just say online or on YouTube or whatever, calling out other groups outside of like, we still was debating with Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons and other people, within our faith. But then when the Black Hebrew Israelite thing hit the scene, it was an attack on the church. It started out with like I'm a Black Hebrew Israelite because the church ain't teaching y'all this. You know what I'm saying? So I think people kind of forget that too when it comes to that kind of position. You know what I'm saying? The church should have been, don't get me wrong, some of the stuff that they say about the church is true. You know what I'm saying? We got some fraud pastors and all that, but they be mainly talking about the ones on TV and the ones that they put, that the media put in front of us. They're not talking about the everyday church member on the corner who is out here, doing food giveaways and food drives and clothes giveaways and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're not talking about every Christian, and then they would come in just telling lies. I bet your pastor didn't teach you this, or your pastor didn't teach you that.
That's how the cat show.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, all that's true. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what made me feel the need to be like, well, hold up, man. It ain't just time to stick up for the Bible, because we've been doing that and we're gonna continue to do that. It was like it's time to stick up. It's time to stick up for Christianity, because a Christian, simply root word Christian, follower of Christ. And we used to get bashed. And Christ talked about the church more than he talked about anything. The church is his bride. The church is his bride. So that's why you're starting to see now PhD people and people who've been having ministries for a long time, like Elder Mike and them and all them other pastors coming out to be like, no, this is what we believe as the church. And this, okay, y'all believe that? Well, that don't read like that, or that's not. And the Bible tells us to defend the scriptures and to expose heretics and heresy and all that. So when it comes, we're supposed to do that. Now, again, I agree that we should be unified as a whole when it comes to attacking. Well, when it comes to defending ourselves from people on the outside, like atheists, agnosticism, or any other Quran, whoever, any other belief system. But how can a house divided stand? You know what I'm saying? If we can't agree on doctrine, because that's what we first. If we all come in here saying, okay, we know this part of the doctrine, and then we saying we know this part of the doctrine, somebody got to yield. If we saying we're about truth.
Right.
If we're not about truth, then what you in here for then? If you just in here just to be a black supremacist, or if you in here just to want to say, well, I've been in the church for 30 years, even though I don't know the scriptures, you can't teach me nothing, then what you here for? Because it's supposed to be about truth overall. Christ is truth.
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
Watch this though, you feel me? Like this the thing, this what I told Bro Ring. I said, look, man. He said, I think people tell me I should just leave that whole Israelite thing alone, just walk away from it. I said, I think you should, because I think you should, bro, because you feel me? Like Israel has their own problems inside. You feel me? Their own that inside that part of the body. You feel me? Like they got people got issues for real with the I mean just saying a bunch of crazy stuff. You feel me? People might got issues with the dude Ron Dalton type of stuff. You feel me? Somebody might have an issue with Dante. Somebody might have an issue with the dude Lou White. Lou White is a white brother for real. You feel me? I mean, like.
But then, what do you do when somebody make a video specifically about you rather than the subject at hand?
Depending on the like the information, you feel me? Like I ain't defending myself if it ain't like doctrine wise, you feel me? Like I'm not defending none of that stuff. I'm not. If somebody tell you, you feel me, or go on YouTube for real, like, hey, Ramayahu is a liar. He this, that, and like, and I see that, I'm not tripping out that, you feel me? Because like, bro, like if people want to believe that, you feel me, like they chose to believe that because they want to believe that about me. Like,
so do you like debate like atheists and other non-believers of the Bible who attack the Bible? Do you be in the comment section defending stuff?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I need to learn how to like debate them, you feel me? Because like I'm more focused, I ain't gonna lie, I'm more focused on them than trying to debate with other believers.
Right. You're just trying to get it yourself right now.
I feel like they more dangerous because let me say that I have to say this, bro. Like I feel like this is where I had the problem with the channel, bro, is when start linking up with atheists and stuff, you feel me? And like I felt like that was leading some of the flock to that dude channel. That's what he was doing. You feel me? I don't care what nobody say. The dude Garfield was leading people to his channel from a Berean channel to lead them away from the faith, bro. I'm telling you, my discernment has told me that.
I mean, of course, just like our reason for going on their platform is to lead people to the faith, and it's more of their platforms than it is our platforms. So that's the reason why, for example, people like me, people like my brother Jerome, we debate like this channel we on now. This is a all black channel. Like we have we got comedics on here. We got atheists on here, we got agnostics on here, we got everybody on here because we go hard for the information. Now, me and my brother Jerome, we didn't change some people's minds about a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't like people that come on this platform believe in one thing and walk out believing another one. Not necessarily they'll believe in Christ. Depends on what we're debating over, but they'll walk away with the right notion about something else. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I get it.
About having a conversation with. So I think, like, for example, how people sit around inside the barbershop and talk about football and basketball and all that. I think it's lit to see brothers be able to sit there and talk about their spiritual belief system and what they believe and why they believe it, and then you can tell why you don't believe that, or why they don't believe this, or how that's not true, or how this is not true, to come to a conclusion, even if it is just a debative combo. But I feel like we all should be able to walk away still as homeboys and still as brothers, the same way we do when we was out there battle rapping, because all of them didn't turn to fights. Sometimes if I'm just going off on you and I hear my 4 bars and I hear my punchline, I'll probably say something like your mama and your daddy and your sister, but you probably just laugh. And then at the end of the night, so you just dab me up, we'll walk away still cool, go smoke a blunt, go drink a beer or something, and be gone by our way. But so I feel like we can still do what we do, but it's time to be adults about it, because ain't nothing wrong with sharing information. Ain't nothing wrong with agreeing to disagree.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But I ain't got to want to jump off YouTube and find out where Carl live at so I can pull up on him and hang it all that.
Hey, it's funny. Now you ain't lying though, bro. You feel me? If your channel is specifically for that, you're doing a good job. You feel me? Like I don't know, I don't have the gift. I don't have the gift to talk to atheists and stuff. I don't have that gift.
I mean, but see, hey, bro, you can learn, man. I mean, it's different things too. And see, coming over here, man, it'll also make you grow inside whatever you believe in, and of course you believe in the Bible, because my comedic brothers and all them, they gonna ask you questions about the Bible, so that's gonna make you have to go research it and look it up, and so you can come back out here and be like, no, it's this, it's that, nah, you got that right. Cause you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. It's all in love and all in fun. You know what I'm saying? We all bros. We talk to each other off this thing. We know each other, on the phone and all that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
it's all
right,
cool
right.
over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got friends, you feel me, that's comedic and stuff like that, you feel me? You know, I got a mixture of friends. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know.
If you know some people that do what we do over here, man, and they don't mind coming on, hey, tell them about it, man. You know, they can come on and do their thing too.
I got somebody for y'all. I got somebody for I got somebody for y'all. But you know,
I like
like
y'all, man. Shoot, this was a great episode, man. I'm gonna get each of y'all last words, and then we gonna get ready to close out. I think we've been on here probably about an hour or two. I think time went about. Nah, we started at 7, so it's been about an hour. But yeah, we're gonna get ready to go and close out the show. Carl, man, you want to give any last words, man, before you leave? Tell people where they can find you. I saw your YouTube channel and all that, so let the people know where you at and all that.
I don't even do the YouTube, bro. Like, I'm just a person for real, you know, seeking truth.
I saw you going ham in that last
information.
video though.
Yeah, you feel me? I got to, you feel me, because you know I don't like division, bro. Like, I gang banged the stuff before, yo. Like, it's whack, yo. Division is witchcraft, straight up. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's all love at the end of the day. I just want to see everybody live in peace, for real. You feel me?
Work.
Okay, Jerome, I'm gonna give you last words, my bro.
Man, it was now this has been a fruitful dialogue. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad my brother Carl could be on with us, man. Hopefully he comes back and we can have more discussions on certain things. And you know, as always, I enjoy co-hosting with my brother Trust, you know what I'm saying? And man, I just
I'll be over there crying, bro, shedding tears and stuff.
oh nah. But I do continue to hold out hope that there's gonna be unity among the Israelite and UA community, at least for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, sure, y'all already know, man. If y'all don't take away nothing else from this conversation, man, we all believe in unity. Want to see some unity between the UA and the Hebrew Israelites, moderates, camps, whatever you want to call yourself. I ain't trying to put nobody under no blanket. You know what I'm saying? But we just want unity, but we want that unity based off truth. You know what I'm saying? And truth overall. Truth should trump everything for everybody. You know what I'm saying? 1 + 1 = 2, and it ain't gonna never change. It don't matter how you try to explain it away. Y'all know that was our brother Carl, first time on the platform, man. Hope to see him again. That is the co-host of Trust and Believe the Gospel, Mr. Co-host to you, Jerome, the Conscious Christian Green. I am nobody. Always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody, and that is Jesus the Christ. This has been Paradigm Shift TV 314. We'll catch y'all in the next one. That's peace.
Peace.
Peace.